Hey, Financial Futures community! Welcome back to the channel. I'm thrilled to have you here as we dive into some crucial information about an upcoming event that could impact all of us. But before we jump into it, if you're new here or haven't subscribed yet, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button. It's free, and you'll stay informed on all the latest updates that can affect your financial world. Now, let's get right into the video. In today's video, we're going to discuss a very significant announcement scheduled for February 13, which is this Tuesday. It's about the Consumer Price Index (CPI) report, and I have all the details you need to know. This report is released once a month, usually around the middle of the month, and it provides insights into inflation, a factor that has been influencing our finances significantly. The CPI, or Consumer Price Index, is essentially the inflation report. Now, we all know that inflation has been a major concern over the past couple of years, causing prices to soar and impacting our wallets. The CPI gives us a reading on what inflation is doing, or at least what they are telling us inflation is doing. Keep in mind that there's often a difference between reality and what is reported. We're expecting the CPI numbers for January, and this month is interesting. Typically, after the holiday season, January sees a decrease in demand, leading to a potential slowdown in price increases. It's a time when people aren't shopping as much, having already made their holiday purchases. So, we might see a different trend in inflation for January. For our community members who are fixed income beneficiaries, including Social Security, Retirement, SSDI, SSI, VA beneficiaries, this report holds particular importance. It influences decisions related to cost of living adjustments (COLA) in the future. Moreover, this report is crucial in shaping the Federal Reserve's decisions. We've seen them aggressively raising interest rates to combat inflation. If this report indicates a significant change in inflation, it could impact what the Federal Reserve decides in their next meeting, which is just about a month away. So, why does all this matter to you? Well, it directly affects your money, your benefits, and your lifestyle. As we approach the 13th, stay tuned for updates. I'll be dissecting the report to give you a clear picture of what's happening and how it might impact your financial future. Let's jump into our next topic. Today's video is a reality check as we delve into the alarming surge of the U.S. national debt, which has reached an eye-watering $34 trillion. It's like watching someone drowning in credit card debt and still piling on more. But before we dive into this financial abyss, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button down below. Stay informed, stay empowered. Now let's get into the details. In this video, we'll be tackling a concerning topic: the unprecedented rise of the U.S. national debt. It's crucial to understand the magnitude of this issue and what it means for all of us. So, let's break it down. Looking back, 100 years ago, the U.S. national debt was a mere $383 billion. Fast forward to today, and we find ourselves drowning in a staggering $34 trillion. I've created a chart to illustrate this concerning trajectory. The debt has been skyrocketing, especially in the last decade. The question of why the U.S. government is in debt has a straightforward answer: it spends more money than it generates. It's like a never-ending cycle of overspending, creating a deeper financial hole. The primary sources of government income are individual income taxes, followed by Social Security taxes and corporate taxes. But as you'll see from recent figures, the U.S. government consistently overspends. Let's explore who holds the IOUs for this massive debt. Some is owed to foreign countries, with Japan and China leading the pack. Domestically, the Federal Reserve is the largest holder, but there are also mutual funds, pension funds, financial institutions, and affluent individuals who the government owes money to. One alarming aspect is the interest expense that the U.S. government is paying on this debt. The interest payments are becoming substantial, and projections show that, by 2033, the government will spend more on interest payments than on national defense. This raises serious concerns about the financial stability of the nation. Let's clear the air: this isn't a matter of Republicans versus Democrats. Both parties have contributed to the escalating debt. From George Bush to Barack Obama, from Trump to Biden, overspending has been a bipartisan trend. It's high time for our elected officials to learn the art of budgeting and fiscal responsibility. One word that strikes fear in the hearts of politicians and the Federal Reserve is recession. The U.S. government simply can't afford it. If a recession hits, the debt would skyrocket even further. Unemployment rises, tax collections decrease, and government spending goes up to stabilize the economy. It's a recipe for bigger deficits. Printing money to cover deficits raises concerns about inflation. As the Federal Reserve creates more money out of thin air, inflationary pressures mount. A $2 trillion deficit, which might be considered a good year, could lead to significant inflation. This, in turn, exacerbates wealth inequality. The entire financial system relies on faith and participation. If credibility in the US dollar and the system diminishes, it could lead to a loss of faith. The risk is that, if more entities lose faith, the whole system could collapse. It's a gradual process, not an overnight event. Experts are sounding the alarm. Institutions like Penn Wharton predict that U.S. debt will become unsustainable, leading to an unavoidable default within 20 years. Jamie Dimon, CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase, warns of a global market rebellion due to record U.S. debts. Ending on a positive note, we have time. While the situation is critical, it doesn't spell imminent disaster. The system failure, if it happens, is not expected this decade. It's a call for awareness and a collective effort to address the root issues. That's the status update on our national debt crisis. We're at $34 trillion, and it's a situation that demands attention. Share your thoughts in the comments down below, hit the like button if you found this information valuable, and subscribe for more updates.